Good morning. We've had a couple people that have some confusion about using the adaptive testing online. I've got a lot of you guys telling me that it's not going to help you because it's not telling you the questions that you got right or wrong. And like the last video said, there's a reason behind that. They're testing where you are. It's not really a learning tool, it's an assessment tool. But there is a way that you can see exactly the sections that you're not getting right on the tests. So just to walk you through that real quick, you log in yourself as a student, you click on your adaptive testing section, and then up to My Tests. Now I'm just going to go into a test that I've already completed. I made a quick test where I didn't get everything right, just that way you guys can see the difference. But the same steps apply if you're taking a new test. So we will click on the test that we've completed, and this is the Module 2 Airway test. And so this gives us the overall how we did. So it basically says that I did good on the test. Now that doesn't tell you a whole lot of what you need. So if you click up to overall indication, and then you come down to detailed grid view. Now what this is, it says on the airway, I was in the 69th percentile, I scored a 75% on the test, and the highest difficulty level was 0.54. Now that's still not telling you a whole lot of things of what you need, a whole lot of the information you need. So there's a little plus button there, so we click the plus next to the airway. It expands it out even more. We'll click the plus again on the airway. And this does take some time because the computer has to go back through, find your test results, and then match everything up to a section. So while that's loading, we want to click on this objective reference link right up here. So objective reference link. So we can either click on it once or we could right click and download it. I'm just going to click on it once. It's going to load it in a new screen. Now, this is the national, if you hear us talking about our national standard curriculum or what we're basing our entire class off of, this is what this is. This tells us what we have to teach you according to national standards. So now that we have that up, let's come down here. So anything on here that's marked as good, you obviously, you know that content area. So what we're concerned about is the ones that say fail or not good. So let's see, one of the questions that I got wrong was 2-1.3. So if we come over here, and we can either scroll down to section 2, which will be the respiratory section, okay? So 2-1.3, and it says list the signs of inadequate breathing. So now I can think back to my test, and I can say, okay, so I had a question, maybe it was about what is the first sign of inadequate breathing. But that's what I don't know. That's the content area that I'm not getting. So there's that one. Let's look at another one up. 2-1.4 also is describe the steps in performing the head tilt chin lift. So for some reason I put down a wrong answer with head tilt chin lift. And it looks like the last one I got right was 2-16. List the steps in actions performing with providing mouth-to-mouth and mouth-to-stoma artificial ventilations. So that's the sections that I don't know. Now, how do I match up these sections with my book? Well, what you can do is take your book out, go to the respiratory section, and if I'm looking for mouth-to-stoma, I go to that section that's on mouth-to-stoma. If I'm going to or I can even go to the back of the book, look up stoma, and go from the index. So I hope that gave you at least a little more insight on how you could figure out what you're doing. And also, looking at this, the higher the difficulty level, you have to meet a certain difficulty level for registry also in order to pass the section. So in order to completely pass the section, I needed a difficulty level of 0.6. So when they come through here and they average all these out, my total difficulty was 0.54. So just because I missed these few questions here, I would not have passed the registry test level. Also tells me how many questions I had out of each section. So even though 2.1.3, it looks like I had a 33%, and I had 3 questions, which means I got 1 of the questions right, 2 of the questions wrong. If anyone else has any other questions about this, please feel free to email me or give me a call. I'd be more than happy to talk about it with you guys.